Hello guys. Now, I wasn't really looking forward to doing this video. I wanted to get these sniper rifles out of the way because there's not that many in game, and I've had these in my inventory for quite some time. And they are the Woodblocker, the Compressing Storm, or the Storm, and the ASMD. Now I think that the Storm always comes in electronic version. I'm pretty sure of that. And I'm not 100% sure whether the ASMD comes in the shock version, but I think that it does because of what it does. Not sure. Let me just check something. Yeah, possibly not. No, I'm thinking ASMD might come in a different version altogether. In other elements, rather. And the Woodblocker as well, which I got on the Fire version. Now, like I said, I wasn't looking forward to doing this video, but these guns have actually caught me by surprise. Now, like I've said about other sniper rifles in the past, because I've had the Lyuda, I haven't really given other guns a bit of a look in. But since I wanted to test these guns before I did this video, I'm actually quite surprised about how decent one or two of them are, and about how what they do is actually quite good. The Woodblocker in particular actually caught me by surprise. Now, this version does 1200 damage, which is really high. 1000 tick damage, which is good. The Storm, pretty good damage, and the Expert ASMD is the best base damage out of all of them. Now, I can't really give you a massive opinion on the ASMD because it would have been better if I had a higher version for it. So I'm going to slate the ASMD a little bit, but I think in its own, in a fire element, I think it'd be better if it comes in a fire element. I'm not 100% sure because they drop all the time. But they've talking about drops, they're all common drops. They all drop from Grave Ward. I probably picked all of these three up from Grave Ward. The Woodblocker was a bit rarer. I think I only ever saw one really, although they tons of them drop, so possibly I missed quite a few of them. So let's take a little look at them. The Woodblocker looks cool. I like that. The Storm looks okay. Not a massive fan. And the AMSD or ASMD looks pretty much the same as well, both being Malawans and all. Let's talk about the Woodblocker first. So it does 1200 damage. You don't get into wood blocks unless you are ready to. Wonder what that could be. 10% critical hit damage. And a bit of shield being Hyperion. Oops, let me just go back to that a second. I wanted to check magazine size. Magazine size is pretty good. I think the magazine size in all of them is fairly decent except for the Storm. But the Storm takes so long to power up that you don't actually feel it with MOs, with the ammo regen and ammo capacity. The Woodblocker. Now the Woodblocker kind of surprised me. In the fire element is really good. The one thing that annoys me about the Woodblocker is it's got this kind of like weird randomness to its aim. Like sometimes it does that, which is terrible. And then other times, kind of just like settles down. No, it's not doing it at all now. When you zoom in, it's a lot better, but sometimes it doesn't do it at all. It doesn't move at all. Like earlier on, it was actually staying still. I wonder if there's something like there. See that then? It just did it just then. So yeah, it's kind of weird with its aim, but its damage.
Here they come.
Its damage is quite good. I'm in Mayhem 3 and there's nothing really. Enemies take 50%, normal damage, radiation, projectiles. Yeah, there's nothing in here that's nerfing or buffing these guns at all. See, every now and again it just pulls off a really awesome shot like that, and I was surprised. I was a little bit shocked by it. I don't know why. It's just I always thought the Woodblocker was bad. I think it's just because when I played it first weeks ago, I thought, yeah, this gun is terrible. But even at close range, firing from the hip, because of that triple fire, it actually does really well. The only thing with it, yeah, come on, what are you?
Getting warm. Chance of imminent death. 100%.
What was I going to say? The only thing with it is in sniper mode, it has this, like, you have to wait for it to fire before you can fire again. Can't continuously tap it. You got there's a couple of guns like that, and this one is one of them. Got like the crossbow. You got to wait until gun is settled before you can fire again. There's a bit of a gap between them, but damn man, the damage is good. I don't know what's going on lately, but everything. See, all the damage seems to be good on everything. I don't know if the build hasn't changed really that much last week or two, so. But yeah, I like it. I like it. In the fire element, I like it. I think one of the reasons maybe I didn't like it so much before is I think in other elements it doesn't do so well. I don't want to kill this guy because I want to show you something. So, yeah, it's not annoying. It's not as annoying as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely not as annoying as the other two I'm going to show you. Let's swap to them. So yeah, I'm going to give the Woodblocker a bit of a thumbs up because its stability at long range, maybe not so good. I mean, that triple fire, it's kind of, maybe if it just aimed down a little bit so you can get more of a trigger on 2 hits rather than the 1. Yeah, that seems to work. So a longer range, and to kind of aim down from the crit spot a little bit, and you might just get 2 out of those 3 salvo off. It does fire 3 shots. It gives it that bit of a kick. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. I haven't played it massively, but I am. Oh damn it! I didn't mean to kill that guy. So yeah, it's quite surprised me. It surprised me. It really has surprised me. And I thought the damage was going to be awful, but you need the fire version. At really long range like this, I mean, you never hardly play like this anyway, but stability is really good. But the shell velocity is all right, I guess. Not bad. It's just that kick it is. It's just the kick that's kind of the annoying part. But you know, it fires 3 salvos, so it's kind of like a medium range sniper, I guess. And the scope, I don't mind it actually. And of course, it gives you a shield on the front, which is a bit of a bonus. Okay, so that's the Woodblocker. Surprisingly good. Let's switch to the what is this one? The Storm. Now, the Storm, I would treat it as a bit of a shotgun rather than a sniper rifle. You can go into sniper mode on it, but it's got this awful wind up. You know, but it does have an awful wind up. But what I would do is, it's really good at stripping shields. It does this. Launches 4 orbs into the air and they all connect to each other when there's something inside them. So let's go on. I don't think you're not going to get this in other elements. Obviously that's armor, so it's not going to do so well against that. But you can see the effect that it has. It doesn't do much else. You can't switch to any alternative modes, but watch this guy now. I mean, that's really good, that. It doesn't do, like, you can see it's not doing so well against flesh. It's kind of like, I would treat it as like a wind-up shotgun with a zoom on it. Because of the wind-up, and the wind-up's really annoying. But because of the wind-up, doesn't exactly make a good sniper rifle. But for stripping shields, it's pretty awesome. If you get a crit on it, it still does a decent enough amount of damage, but it's really hard to get the crit because you need to get used to that wind up first. Yeah, I'd get a couple of them off. quite good. Would I swap? I use the butcher to strip shields. Would I swap it out? Probably not. Will I play it after this? After it goes into the bank ever again? Probably not. But that wind up. Yeah. I wouldn't class it as a sniper rifle, really. Like I said. I mean, the zoom is good for doing that. And it is pretty cool. But that's all it does, really. That's all it does. It's kind of a shocking-y, yeah, you know, and that's it. Of course, for stuff that's running around, but it does strip shields quite well. So I'm kind of like, meh, you know, I wouldn't use it really. I would stick with the butcher, which is my shield stripper. Definitely wouldn't swap out that for the butcher. So that's the storm. Now the ASMD, like I said, I think I've got the shock version here. It was a bit unfortunate, but it does a lot of damage. And with this thing, it's got a zoom on it, but it's got a wind up, which is kind of cool. Let me just check something a second. Magazine size is okay. Yeah. So for it is Malawan like the ASMD, but it doesn't. Not the ASMD, sorry. The Storm. This is the ASMD. It's got a bit of a wind up, but it does do a fair amount of damage on its own element. But the shell velocity is a bit of a drag. And you can also fire kind of like a shotgun-y kind of. Like a rifle, which does a pretty decent amount of damage to shields if you shoot at this guy. Sometimes when you fire enough of them, it does do a bit of a electric arc. But the sniper part itself, actually, it does decent damage on its own element, but it doesn't do good damage against other elements. Like see that just totally stripped it. But what it does as well is it kind of auto switches between. It's got on its secondary. It's got energy bolt and energy orb, and the energy orb is that, and the energy bolt is that. But what it does is when you go into sniper mode, it automatically switches to the bolt, and then when you come out, it automatically switches to the orb. So you got to manually switch it back to the bolt. That's the bolt. Aim in, shoot the bolt, aim out, shoot the orb, and then you got to switch back to the bolt if you want to stick with the bolt and fire the bolt from the hip. But that's decent enough. So yeah, I don't. If you guys come across one that's got it's got a fire element, let me know. It does strip shields though. I mean, holy crap. Don't even think that was crit. Yeah, it's really good actually against shields. Look at that. Holy crap. Just totally gone. It's just against other elements it's not so good, so you are going to have to switch out a little bit, although that looks pretty good, but these guys don't really have a massive amount of HP. Well, it's wrecking shields now, isn't it? Well, try that. Well, he's got natural shield thingamabobs as well, so when it's crit. Look at that, totally stripped his shield in one go. Yeah, this thing needs a little bit more testing. But fight for your
Stay
life, I
down,
wouldn't rely
scrub.
on any of them, to be honest. I'd keep the Lyuda handy for that business. But look at the Woodblocker, man. So good.
Do you have more to prove?
So, so the weird thing is, I expected to enter this video because I wasn't looking forward to it because I don't really like flaming guns. I was expecting them all to be bad, but they're all actually quite good. The Woodblocker does amazing damage on his fire element. The Storm does awesome job of stripping shields, but it's kind of like a shotgun. This AMSD or ASMD, it seems to do a shitload of damage to shields. Shit, I'm gonna test it on some boss with big shields. Ooh, yeah. I'll give it a go, and I'll post something in the comments section below. I can't think of something off the top of my head now that's shielded. Traunt maybe. Yeah, I'll give it a go, and I'll post something in the comment section. There's no point me going there now. I've got too much to do. Okay, well that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Keep your eyes out for these guns and give them a bit of a chance, because I haven't given any of them a chance. And not that I'm regretting it, because obviously they're not going to take the position of Lyuda. The Lyuda is just too crazy until they nerf it. That is. Yeah, give them a chance. Give them a bit of a go. The Woodblocker surprised me. Right, catch you later. Adieu.